Double team, ball stolen away, kicks it up court, up off the glass, launch a three from the corner, and it's good. 3 for 3 for the last 3 shots.
The beautiful pass.
Gets it and the foul.
And one, the beautiful attack.
He's gonna launch a 3 and drills it. Adams lobs down low to Johnson, up off the glass.
You can't let this guy get open at all. He's just too dangerous. Nothing but nets.
From the volleyball line. All right, and hello and welcome inside James S. Trent Arena as we get ready for tonight's MVCC Varsity Game of the Week. As the
Fairmont High School, through its athletic department, and the Greater
Knights are set to take on the 3-3 Fairmont Firebirds in the Battle of Kettering. Jared Bergstrom and Oliver Nitz here with the call. We will throw it down to the PA guy for the national anthem and tonight's starting lineups. And then we will be back at our MVCC Game of the Week, brought to you by City Barbecue and Bumble Roofing.
Procedures adopted by the OHSAA and the Greater Western Ohio Conference. Tonight's officials are Larry McCray, Eric Dickey, and David Griffith. We live in a great country with freedoms like no other. In order to honor America and in respect for all who've served our country to defend our freedoms, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And now let's get to know the starters, beginning with the visitors, the Knights of Alter High School. At guard, a 6'6" senior, number 2, Brady Connor. At forward, a 6'6" junior, number 11, Nasif Fenton. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 14, RJ Greer. At center, a 6'8" senior, number 32, Charlie Ewell. And at center, a 6'7" senior, number 33, Matt Lunny. The Knights are coached by Eric Coulter. And now the starters for your Fairmont Firebirds. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 3, Makai Bailey. At guard, a 6' junior, number 5, Cam Thornton. At guard, a 6'4" junior, number 13, Ashel Dunwitty. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 14, Evan Gentili. And at forward, a 6'1" sophomore, number 21, Jaden McGraw. The Firebirds are coached by Kenny Moles.
All right, we are just about ready for tip-off here in our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week to close out the 2024 season. And what should be a good one as the Battle of Kettering will take place on the court. The Firebirds won the Battle of Kettering in football earlier this year, looking to double up, which nobody has done in this rivalry the last 4 seasons.
I think for the Knights, obviously, their best player, Brady Connor, I believe he has multiple D1 offers. Obviously, his brother Jacob plays for the Dayton Men's Flyers. And as we will get underway for the tip, and Connor gets it, passes it up, and now we have action. Thornton already hounding them on defense. Connor takes a three, that does not fall.
Rebound went to Greer, he's going to be a big part in this game, the North Carolina State Wolfpack commit. Transferring over from Springboro after his first last two seasons here with the Knights. Bailey comes away with the turnover. Gentili going to launch a three, and that one was halfway down. But an offensive board. Thornton's going to launch one on the other side, and another halfway down three.
And you hate to see those misses if you're Fairmont, as R.J. Greer corrals the rebound there. And just not looking for that pass right there. A little bit of miscommunication early for the Knights. And Connor frustrated with that one.
So Thornton will bring the ball up the court. He's going to be guarded by Brady Connor. Bailey's going to drive in, kicks out to Dunwitty. Thornton feeds it to McGraw. McGraw had it blocked on the way up, has another one blocked by Connor. And see, this is where the Firebirds are missing that huge piece in Brock Baker. Number 2 in scoring on the team last year. Oh, just over 12 points a game and about 6 rebounds, but it misses and it shows.
That's exactly what I was going to point out, was the rebounding aspect. I remember at the games I was at last year, he always got the offensive boards, and that was a huge part for the guys.
Three by Connor is up and good.
And if
3-point
Knights,
basket.
exactly
Brady
what you want to do.
Connor.
Get the ball out to Connor, get those open looks.
And just under 2 minutes into the game, and that was the first points. Talking with Coach Moles before the game, as there's another turnover for the Firebirds. Greer, awkward shot, gets it to roll in. He wants to keep this as low scoring as possible. He wants to win this game on the defensive end, as that one's blocked. Bailey resets it back up to Gentili. So he wants to keep this one low scoring, 50s, 40s if possible.
And that was Fenton on that block. That was a great block right there for the Knights. So let's take a look at an ultra layup right here.
You see Sawyer Newman checks into the game. Off of a catch and three off the inbound is short on the front end.
And that is going to go the Knights' way.
And the shooting woes continue from Tuesday night to tonight for the Firebirds. They couldn't find the answer on the three-point shot on Tuesday night against Centerville, and so far 0 for 4 here to start this game.
Which is kind of unheard of for Evan Gentili.
What a pass.
That was a great pass. So Alter with 2 assists already early. And now Thornton with the ball. They're going to reset here a little bit, maybe try to slow it down. And if I'm the Firebirds, I might try to find Gentili open in the corner and get him to get a shot up, as he's one of their best buckets on this team.
Thornton feeds it to Newman. Newman lost the handle. Gentili another catch and shoot quick three, but that one's good.
And that's exactly what you want to do if you're the Firebirds. Find Gentili. Their three-point shooters are going to be what potentially wins them this game. Gentili, Newman, Thornton.
Lunny has it now. Ball poked away. Loose ball picked up by the Firebirds, up to McGraw. McGraw can't get around the defender. Thornton to offensive rebound and blocked on the way up. McGraw out to Thornton. Saves it, and then a foul called against R.J. Greer.
So kind of a break for the Firebirds right there, as if Greer got that ball, that was probably going to be 2 points for the Knights, especially if he could get a break on Gentili and just dribble around him.
Now you're going to see Howard checks into the game for Makai Bailey for Fairmont. Fairmont this year playing with a little bit of a bench, not something they're used to playing with a lot of over the last couple years. Gentili cross court to, that is number 1, Caden Rolston.
Newman open in the corner, but they're not seeing him. Now they get it to him. Connor corrals him.
Rolston drives baseline, kicks it over to Hauer. And a double dribble.
So, offensive turnover, I believe number 2 for Fairmont early, or 4. So lots of offensive turnovers early for the Firebirds. Really do not want to see that, want to try to limit that as much as possible. So now Ralston gets kind of shaken off.
McGraw goes for the steal, left Fenton wide open. And an offensive foul call against the Knights. That's their 4th turnover as well. As on number 0, Peyton Bakos.
So slow offensive start for both teams early on. It looks like they're just struggling to get their rhythm and very contested on the perimeter. So slow offense, but great defense.
Fairmont's got to get it across the line. Barely gets it across in time. Newman going to catch and shoot a quick 3, but an offensive rebound from McGraw, and he's fouled.
So we see Coach Moles on the Firebird bench.
That foul was on Nassif Fenton, his first, team's 3rd.
The first is just a little too strong for McGraw. Saw a lot of that in the JVA game we previously had playing. Lots of struggles on free throw shooting as the second also doesn't fall. But Gentili, great hustle to get the rebound and then throws it out on Connor.
Gentili did not give up on that rebound.
Now Gentili finds Ralston.
Rolston going to drive in, tries to feed it to McGraw, and it's another turnover for the Firebirds. Howard applying a little bit of pressure on Greer, not letting him just come up the court easily.
That's what I was going to say. Great job by the Firebirds to get Greer backing up, but then Greer shakes that defense off, but then it results in a turnover for the Knights.
Rolston fed it to Hauer. McGraw down low, Hauer. Gonna launch a 3 in the corner. That one's off the side of the backboard. Connor's gonna reset at the top now to Looney. And a foul gonna be called on Evan Gentili, his first. Team's first.
So, fairly slow start for both teams offensively, which is especially interesting considering the offensive talent both teams have with Gentili and Connor and Greer and everybody in this game.
You see Gentili's going to go to the bench, so the leading scorer for the Firebirds taking a seat as Thornton checked back in. Lob down low to Connor, gets it to roll in.
And that was a great assist. A laser of a pass to Connor.
Connor's got 5 of the 9 points here early for the Knights. Bailey feeds it down low to Newman. Newman trying to go to work and is fouled.
So it looks like we're going to take a look at this assist from
Greer, just a laser pass right down the middle of the paint.
Yeah, that was a great feed by Greer, and that's exactly why he's getting scouted out by such high schools and committed to a very, very good Division I school. So the first falls for Newman. It is now 4-9. He can make it a 4-point game if he gets this one to fall.
Newman doesn't get the second, but a foul called against the Firebirds. It's going to be on number 3, Makai Bailey, his first team second. Greer pushing it up court, had that is Grant Guess in the corner, but obviously didn't see him.
I'll tell you what, they're really trying to pressure Greer early on in this game.
Greer going to take a corner three, is no good, but another offensive rebound for the Knights.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul on the Firebirds and 2 shots.
That was on Cam Thornton, his first, team's third. It's going to send Bakos to the line for the Knights.
Man, free throw shooting in Trenarita tonight has just not
good.
Yeah, it has not been there for either of these teams. So now, see these teams chirping at each other at the line. A great diving save by Stringer. He hit the deck hard, but he's unbothered. And now that Fairmont's going to slow it down a little bit, try to come up with a play, get some points on the board.
See, Fairmont has went considerably small. No, never mind, they have McGraw back in there, but other than that, Fairmont is lacking a lot of height.
Yeah, I agree. And
Thornton saved that one from going out of bounds. McGraw feeds it to Stringer, and he's fouled.
Great feed by McGraw right there. Bouncing that down to Stringer.
That'll be the second on RJ Greer. See if Eric Coulter's going to pull him to the bench.
I was going to say that would be, I mean, that would be huge if Greer gets, I mean, if he gets to the point where he's in foul trouble already.
And he will go to the bench.
So 2 of 2 for Stringer.
Dunwoody comes back in for the Firebirds as well. See, Fairmont going to play a little bit more of a full court press here.
Connor trying to find somebody. Great pass by Connor up court.
Bakos, and he's going to be fouled. That is going to be the second on Thornton.
And that was some pass by Connor up court.
It's going to send Bakos back to the line, who had just missed 2 earlier. And Ralston's going to check back in for Thornton for the Firebirds.
So there's 2 free throw makes for both teams. So they trade a pair of free throws. And now that pass is intercepted by the Knights.
Almost a turnover there for the Knights.
And it looks like they're going to get the and one basket right there. And that foul is on Dunwoody. That's his first.
It's going to send Guest to the line to shoot 1. And that's a layup for Fenton.
It's like Dunwoody helped him out a little bit with that one.
Gentili's going to drive. Gentili not giving up. 3rd rebound. And I think that's going to be on Gentili.
I think it is. Oh, and more contact after the play as Knight player gets shoved to the ground.
I don't know if he was shoved or if he might have tripped over Bailey, because they were both trying to get up at the same time.
I was going to say, he may have just slipped. Brady Connor's trying to calm him down, as we can see. And The fans are chirping at him. And it looks like the official's having a conversation with these fans in the court.
There, the athletic director here at Fairmont comes over and is talking to somebody. The official might have.
Yeah, I think the official's threatening to throw them out of the
Oh,
game.
he just did.
Wow. I don't know what.
Fan getting tossed out of the game.
I don't know what must have been said, but something bad enough to where he has to leave, and we see someone else throw up deuces at him. So.
And that's going to send guests back to the line for the Firebirds, or for the Knights, sorry.
That's interesting to see. I can't say I've ever seen that at a high school basketball game, other than the playoff game last year, or the tournament when Fairmont lost to Centerville, and at the end of the game, a couple people got kicked out. So now the loud crowd getting into it.
Along with the band as well. Guest misses the first.
The band is not making it easy to hear anything.
There you see 3 of the Fairmont girls basketball players there in the front row.
That's right. And they're having a great season so far.
Yeah, undefeated so far, 7-0. Guest makes the second.
He sunk that one.
1.9 seconds, not going to be enough to do anything. And that is how the first quarter will come to an end. A 10-point lead for the Knights at 16-6 in our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week. All right, tonight's game is brought to you by Bumble Roofing and City Barbecue. I thank them for jumping on this season. So what do the Firebirds have to do to try to get back into this game?
Well, I think they have to try to find more open looks on the perimeter, especially for players like Newman, Thornton, and especially Gentili. I mean, Gentili made the first basket for the Firebirds. I think if you can get him going, any game when Gentili gets going is a good game for the Firebirds. So I think that's definitely one of their keys to have a better second quarter and potentially win that quarter. Obviously, they lost the first by 10 points, and that's never a good start, as we see Coach Moles aggressively writing up a play in the huddle. Also, I think they could do a better job corralling them inside and avoiding fouls. I think the majority of the Knights' points have been from their line, so Firebirds want to avoid fouling. But same for the Knights, the Firebirds were at the line a couple times, and both teams want to avoid that. As we hear our band.
So that ref just came over and made the athletic director kick out the other 3 people that fan was with.
Wow.
During that timeout, or during that quarter break.
Wow. I wonder what was said. That's interesting. I've never seen that before.
Dunwoody now feeds it. And this is going to be an interesting lineup. You've got Bailey, Thornton, and Gentili out of this game, all with two fouls each.
Yeah, that's interesting decision. Good job by Ralston. Good hustle right there to get the ball back to Newman.
McGraw has that blocked. It's going to stay with Fairmont, though.
Love to see the Firebirds try to get McGraw more open looks in the lane off of designed plays. It seems like most of the time he gets the ball and puts a shot up, it's off of a rebound. As Newman puts a shot up right there. It's a little too strong.
Dunwoody fighting for the rebound. Bakos comes away with it.
And the passing by the Knights is phenomenal early. I mean, they're throwing lasers full court. So now Connor against McGraw. It's an interesting matchup. Obviously McGraw, one of the taller players on the team. And
Connor just swishes that turnaround jumper
tough basket.
Right in front of his face.
Yeah, a very tough basket by Connor. Now Ralston working against the defense, gets it to McGraw.
Ralston's 3 is no good.
Dunwoody took a tumble. He's just now getting back on defense.
Rebound almost went out of bounds, but Dunwoody saves it. As that was Charlie Ewell with that missed layup. And Ewell's going to pick up the foul.
And Brady Connor, I mean, what are you going to do right there? It's defense has played extremely well, and it's just a great shot by Connor. I mean, right in his face, like you said.
I'm sure Jacob taught him that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a foul on Matt Lunny. Fairmont Alter already has 3 fouls here in this second quarter. So 2 more and the Firebirds are shooting free throws the rest of the way.
So very physical, just like the last game was. This is good handles by Ralston. That was great by Ralston to keep the ball away. That was almost a turnover, getting their hands on the ball. And there's a little announcer jinx as then Ralston throws it right to Connor as a Christmas gift. And then Connor
out of bounds pass right back.
Throws it to a fan. So a couple of turnovers for both teams. And I'll be interested to see if Coach Moles brings in, like you said, Gentili.
Bailey just checked back in, but Gentili and Thornton still on the bench.
An interesting decision early. Down 12, I'm not sure if you want your best 3-point shot, on the bench.
Bailey a hop, skip, pass out to Stringer, banks it in.
Bank is open for Stringer. That was a great shot, and we don't see a lot of those.
Fenton faked the pass out, turnaround jumper is no good. Looney couldn't tip it back the other way. Fairmont looking to build momentum. Hit a 3, get a stop. Let's see if they can make it back-to-back possessions with a bucket. McGraw drives in, and that one might have been blocked by Lunny on the way up.
I believe it was.
Out of bounds to the Knights.
So we're going to take a look at that bank shot 3. And it was this quick shot release by Stringer, as we saw right there. He gets it up just before the defense is even set on him. So,
and foul was on Dunwoody in the replay break. So you get Dinwiddie on the court with 2, and Thornton and Gentili on the bench with 2.
Connor working against Stringer right now. Stringer backs off a little bit as they try to set a screen for Connor.
That is definitely an advantage for the Knights' height and muscle. Bakos drives in too hard, and Matt Lunny cleaning up the boards with a tip in.
Yeah, nice putback by Matt Lunny. Firebirds slowing it down a little bit, potentially trying to call a play as Dunwoody raises his hand, maybe making a signal for something. And McGraw gets fouled.
It's going to be a foul on Connor Watkins. His first, team's 3rd of the quarter. Well, Gentili checks back into the game now for Fairmont, so let's see if he's ready to go, as they got to try to find 11 points to get back into this game.
Yeah, I would certainly expect them to try to feed him this ball a little bit right now to get a little bit of momentum, even just 2 quick baskets.
Baco's going to doing a good job on keeping him out there way beyond the 3-point line.
Yeah, putting a lot of pressure on him. Looks like they know.
Gentili, ooh, pull up three is no good. McGraw tried to tip it back in. That was no good, but Stringer fights for that rebound. Feeds it down low to McGraw, and he banks it in.
Man, Stringer's showing up early for the Firebirds. That was a pretty big offensive rebound, obviously, as they score off of it and take away the double-digit lead for the Knights.
And Alter is going to call a timeout. Take a look at this, McGraw. Nice finish at the rim, going over Lunny, then around Ewell.
So we see our Firebirds in the huddle. And
So if you're Coach Bowles, what are you talking to this team about in the huddle?
I think if I'm Coach Moles, I'm telling this team to prevent. Well, actually, if I'm Coach Moles, I'm going to tell this team to watch the ball after the shot gets up and really try to get under the basket, no matter if the shot looks good, to try to get the offensive rebound, because I'm not sure what the stat is, but I would certainly assume that they're getting outworked on the rebound, and the Knights have more right now. So I think definitely try to get them to work on that, and then maybe try to get some more work inside. The Knights have done a great job guarding the perimeter, and I mean they're a tall, lengthy team. They're way taller than a majority of the players on this Firebirds team. So try to feed McGraw the ball more, get him good looks in the lane.
Feed down low. Gentili forces a turnover. Up court to Bailey. Bailey lays it up off the glass.
There's one. And now, what do we have here?
And a foul called.
Is it a foul called on the Firebirds?
It looks like it's on Bailey.
Huh.
That's his second.
And Coach Moles is pleading his case, as we can see.
They're calling a technical on Bailey.
Wow.
I don't know if we have a replay. I know it's right after the play, but maybe if we have anything to maybe see.
Yeah, maybe by word of mouth he said something, but I didn't see him push off.
He didn't like
anything.
clap in anybody's face or anything.
Yeah, he didn't do anything overly aggressive. So that's very, very interesting. So now we've got a technical foul already.
They'll send Greer, their best three-point shooter or free throw shooter, to the line.
Greer hits a pair.
And that'll be ball back for the Knights as well.
So that's a tough break for the Firebirds.
And now Bailey's going to go to the line, or go to the bench again, and we might not see him the rest of the half.
Yeah, Bailey was pleading his case, but obviously if you're Coach Moles, you kind of have to do that at that point.
Greer going to launch a deep.
Wow.
Goodness.
I mean, there wasn't even poor defense on that play. That was just a great shot by Greer. So now, obviously, the Knights, off of that, are going to try to feed him the ball more on the perimeter.
Gentili double-teamed him along the baseline. Gentili going through contact and will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Gentili was hounded right there.
That'll be the second on Ewell. Gentili makes the first. Gentili makes them both.
So they get a little bit of break right there. Obviously, you don't want Greer to hit that three, but at least they can make some follow-up layups after that shot. Now Connor working on Newman.
Gentili saved it from going out of bounds.
Great hustle by Gentili.
And he's going to drive baseline. Can't finish at the rim. No, McGraw the rebound, and McGraw finishes.
So they're having much more success in the lane and in the paint than they are on the perimeter. So I think this is good knowledge for both teams to know going into the half, as we're under 2 minutes until the half. But obviously the Knights are going to try to be better defensively, and then Firebirds potentially going to try to work them more in those areas. As there's
Gentile just picked up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, that's a good call by the official.
So that is going to hurt the Firebirds. Gentile out probably for the rest of this quarter.
Yeah, you hate to
You
see
got
that.
your 3-point shooter out, and now I haven't seen Thornton come back in either, so I wonder if he tweaked an ankle or something. Not going to elaborate on that.
Yeah, Thornton has he been sitting since the 1st quarter?
If not just the beginning of this one.
That's, yeah.
It was in the 1st quarter because they started the quarter without Bailey, Thornton, and Gentile on the court.
Yeah.
That foul is by Hauer, his first, team's 4th. And now we got a student being kicked out of the game, out of the student section for the Firebirds.
Oh, wow. So, obviously we see the...
Oh, they're not going to stop the game until he leaves, so.
Yeah.
And an offensive foul call against the Knights. That's on Brady Connor.
So, if you're Fairmont, what do you do here? A minute 27 to go into the half. Do you try to make a 3? Do you try to find Gentile or Newman or Stringer open on the perimeter, or do you try to force something in the lane?
If you're Fairmont, I would try to drive in, try to get the contact, get another foul on somebody. If you could get a 3rd foul on Greer before the half, that'd be great. If you're the Knights, feed it down low to McGraw. But you don't want to give up any big plays the rest of this half. Not give Alter any more momentum than what they have already going into the locker room.
Definitely want to put pressure on Greer as he's wide open.
Cross court Greer, he's going to drive baseline, pull up, his shot, count it.
And Dunwoody tried to get the charge called right there, but failed, so it's going to be an and 1 for Greer.
Now
We'll see if he can
now
hit
the
a 3-point
police
play.
are over there as well in the student section trying to get that cop out, or the student out. That foul was on number 13, Dunwoody, his 3rd. As Greer makes the 3-point play. And he's going to check out, not wanting to pick up that 3rd foul with 45 seconds left, up 9.
Great backcourt defense by the Knights. Stringer takes it back, slows it down a little bit, and out to Newman.
And there was about 4 or 5 students that were kicked out of the student section.
I wonder, I don't know what's going on. If we hear anything about that, obviously we'll elaborate in the 3rd quarter potentially. But that's interesting. I've really never seen anything like that at a basketball game.
Timeout by the Firebirds.
We see Coach Moles in the huddle drawing the play up on the whiteboard, and have to wonder what they're going to try to do here as they're down 9 at the end of this quarter, or excuse me, at this point of the quarter, with 15.1 to go. As we see City Barbecue and Bumble Roofing.
I say you got to hold on to this, and you're the last team taking a shot in this game, in this quarter.
And you don't want to allow Greer to have a chance, Greer or Connor to have a chance to get something going.
10 seconds left. Stringer feeds it to Gentili.
So you
Gentili spins. Tries to go through contact, loose ball. Picked up, and that is how the quarter will end. And the Knights will go in leading 28-19 over the Fairmont Firebirds at our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week, presented by City Barbecue and Bumble Roofing. We will be back for the second half. All right, welcome back here inside James S. Trent Arena as we get ready for tonight's second half of our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week, brought to you by City Barbecue and Bumble Roofing. Alter with a 28-19 lead over the Fairmont Firebirds. Firebirds in foul trouble with Gentili and Dunwoody with 3 fouls, Bailey and Thornton with 2 fouls. And Alter, on the other hand, Greer is not out there to start this. There he is, never mind. But with 2 fouls. So Oliver, what did the Firebirds have to talk about in the locker room between that break as they force a turnover here?
Well, I think they had to talk about driving in the lane more like they just did, and then what they didn't just do is really working to get their offensive rebounds, because Alter is getting all their rebounds. I mean, I know Alter is a much taller team than Fairmont. However, I think there's still a way they need to get all their guys in the paint after a shot gets up and try to get something going.
That foul was on Charlie Yule on the rebound. And there is Thornton back out on the court as well now for the Firebirds.
Deep 3 for Gentili. As Newman tries to save it, throw it off of the altered player, but he cannot. So now Connor to inbound. Newman on Connor. Thornton back in the game. Unlike that.
Fairmont playing a full court press. Bay goes to Looney. Back out Bakos, his shot is up and good.
That was a great offense by the Knights. I mean, they had 3 open guys and then kind of just passed it around to see who's the best to take the shot. So now Thornton working against the Knights defense. Let's back out.
Bailey drives, his shot's no good. Looney the rebound. Now the Knights pushing it up court quickly. Fenton with his second bucket of the game.
And maybe the Firebirds kick it out to Gentili to try to let him open up again and take another 3.
Thornton tight walking the line out of bounds there.
And Newman was just getting hounded by that defense. The defense on the perimeter by this Knights team is phenomenal thus far.
Newman's gonna drive. Acrobatic shot's no good. No foul called either.
Hits the floor hard too.
And Matt Lunny slams it home.
A great read by Connor to Lunny. And Lunny just, there's no denying a dunk. I mean, nobody under the basket, that's a free 2 points.
Fairmont's got to get something here to stop that alter momentum, or they're going to find themselves down 20 in the next couple possessions. Bailey's going to drive. Circus shot fouled.
Ooh.
And that'll be the second on Lunny.
So let's take a look at this dunk. As Connor gets the ball, just feeds it straight back down to Lunny, and he slams it home. So first dunk of this game. Dunks obviously not super common in high school basketball. So
it is from Matt Lunny.
Yeah.
He had a couple in this game last year.
I wonder if Brady Connor can get up there.
6'6", he better be able to.
Yeah. So now let's see if they can make a pair of free throws, and they do. So trying to chop away at that now 13-point lead the Knights have.
And Fairmont's defense can force some turnovers. We saw that in the Elks game on Tuesday night as a foul there. Looks like it'll be called on Newman, his first, team's first. But Fairmont not able to cash in the turnovers for points. Fenton left alone, gonna launch a 3.
Wow.
Count the 3.
That's and 1. And they called,
that'll be the 3rd on Bailey.
yeah. Oh, Bailey's having he's having trouble staying out of foul trouble. Wow, a lot of trouble in that sentence.
And then out of bounds, gonna go back to the Firebirds.
There's some good defense by the Firebirds. We'll see a replay of that.
And that's what Bailey's got to be more physical if he's going to be going up against Lunny for a rebound.
Right. I mean, contested shots. He just needs to get there.
Newman catch and shoot 3 in the corners, no good. McGraw the board. McGraw spin through and can't get that one to fall. McGraw goes for the steal cross court. Bailey poked it away. Or that might have been an easy 3 opportunity for the Knights and Greer.
So now back on offense for the Knights. Dribbling at the top of the key.
Newman tried to get that one away.
Yeah, they're trying to disrupt passes more as Bailey is getting visibly frustrated with his matchup. Now the Knights slowing it down a little bit here. Now they're going to drive on Gentili.
Lunny shot blocked, but Bakos the rebound. Can't get it to go. McGraw the rebound. Thornton pushing it up court. Thornton finishes at the rim.
Now at the top of the key, working against McGraw.
Lundy, the rebound going to the floor. No, Bailey pushes up court to Newman. Newman kicks it over Thornton. He's going to launch a three in front of the bench, and he drills a three.
And this is why you keep Cam Thornton in the lineup. That's 5 points unanswered for Cam Thornton.
And just like that, it's back to an 11. Fairmont has a little bit of life here in the second half of the third quarter. Bako sat blocked at the rim by McGraw.
Great chase down block by McGraw. I mean, Bako's got in front of him too. For a second, it looked like that was going to be 2 free ones for the Knights, and McGraw just did not give up on the play. That's exactly what you have to keep doing on the defense for the Firebirds.
If Fairmont can make a bucket here, I thought Fairmont was dead in the water when they were down 37 to 22.
I agree, especially against this team. As Connor gets that rebound and
out of bounds, it's going to stay with the Knights. Howard comes in for Bailey for the Firebirds. Guest comes in for, I believe that was Lunny he came in for.
Yes.
And now Stringer will come in for Ralston, and Watkins will come in for Bakos.
I think having Stringer in is a really smart play by Coach Moles. He's been getting a lot of boards, especially early on in that first half. And that's what they need to keep getting if they want to continue having a chance in this game. So I like that decision by Coach Moles.
Greer set to inbound, lobs it into Connor. Out of bounds to the Firebirds. Fairmont has forced 4 turnovers in this quarter. Now Fairmont, all they got to do, get it under 10, and it's a whole new ball game.
Right. I mean, you think about it, especially with a guy like Gentile, you score any basket right here, and it's a 3-possession game.
Gentile's going to drive. Awkward shot, no. Jump ball. Well, hold on. One ref doesn't. He does say jump ball. It's in favor of the Firebirds. He went in with just one hand. I thought he was going to hold up a number. So if you're Fairmont, I would still try to work on Greer. He has 2 fouls.
I agree. I think maybe they should try to drive on Greer and get something going in the paint.
Gentile feeds it down low to Hauer. Hauer gets the defender up in the air. Fairmont calls it.
And actually,
sorry, the official stopped play.
Yeah.
Are we having another fan kicked out?
I believe they're having someone else. Yeah, they are. Wow. So a lot of issues with fans thus far in this game.
That is Cam Thornton's mother.
Oh, wow.
Getting kicked out of the game. She is having words with this official.
And I believe that's Mr.
And there's
Renshaw.
Kayla Thornton, his younger sister, the star on the girls basketball team.
And that's our South Unit principal at Fairmont, Mr. Renshaw, I believe, coming to the defense of Cam Thornton's mother, which I feel is somewhat justified because I think your own mother, obviously, that's going to be your biggest cheerleader.
You're going to defend your child.
Yeah. So Chris Weaver trying to figure out what's going on.
We've never seen 3 ejections in one game.
Yeah.
And it looks like whoever that is, I believe is that Damian Patton from the football team?
I do not think so.
But now he's getting escorted out.
I'll have to ask him what he just said or whatever he did. This
is an intense
It's an intense rivalry,
but
game. But
it's not players getting ejected, it's fans and parents.
I'm not sure if, I don't know.
And that's one thing these officials don't want. You don't want the crowd getting back into this being against you.
Right.
And right now they've kicked out at least 6 Fairmont fans in this game.
Right, they kicked 5 out of the student section and then 3 down at the court. And now there's one more, so.
And there you go. I want to save that replay for the next dead ball. Alter's done something there that I haven't seen in about 10 years. They did a double inbound pass.
I was just about to say, I actually had no idea what that was.
And a layup there for the Knights by Guess.
Kind of making Fairmont pay for being slow on defense a little bit right there.
Stringer is going to drive in, feeds it down low. McGraw. McGraw has it swatted away by Fenton. Now, if you're Fairmont, you can't afford to go back down a couple, multiple possessions under or above 10. Drive here. Guess shot, no, but he will be fouled by Howard, and that'll be his second.
So now the Knights kind of potentially benefiting from the stoppage a little bit. Obviously, either team could have benefited from it. I mean, it's kind of a free timeout situation, trying to figure out what to do if you're the official and what to do with the fan. But now they have the potential to go up. I mean, they're already up by double digits again, and they can go up by 13 if they make both of these.
The first one touches every part of the rim and falls in.
As Newman comes in to the lineup for the Firebirds.
Second one's no good. Gentili the rebound, a 12-point game. A 3 here by the Firebirds will put it back under 10. Gentili double team, so that means somebody's got to be open.
Now Gentili looks open. They pass
Gentili, pull-up shot is no good, but a volleyball save. Thornton blocked.
Oh, rejection by Connor.
Knights in transition, an offensive foul.
And Stringer took that charge. That was great by Stringer to stand in there, stand in the paint, and just let his shoulder come into you and take the fall. And the crowd is into this game now.
That'll be Fenton's second. Fairmont breaks that altered press, kicks over. Newman, if that's a clean pass, he's shooting at 3. Feeds it down low, a turnover for the Firebirds. That's their first of this quarter. The lucky roll goes in for the Knights.
So 14-point lead now, starting to open up again. Under a minute left in this quarter.
That'll be the second on Watkins. So
we're going to see a replay. That feed. That's what the Knights have been doing well throughout this game, is getting in the paint, getting the somewhat open looks.
Gentili corner, 3, rattles home.
And that's his best shot. That's exactly where you don't want Evan Gentili to be open if you're the Knights. Now, if I'm the Knights, I'm going to try to get Greer going a little bit on offense now. He's been pretty quiet.
It's a quiet 10 points for him tonight.
Yeah.
And about 7 points below his season average of 17. And another offensive charge. That one will be, I think that's the third on Watkins.
Yeah, I was going to say Watkins is in a little trouble now. I mean, he might end up coming out. Obviously, there's under a second, but
Gentili tried to lean into that 3 at the end of the buzzer.
so back at an 11-point lead for the Knights. And we're gonna take a look at this three-pointer by Gentili. I mean, that's his best spot on the court. I mean,
yeah.
Corner 3,
we get ready to go here into the fourth quarter of our MVCC Game of the Week, brought to you by City Barbecue and Bumble Roofing. Fairmont, they are, I would say, 1 or 2 big plays from really getting this crowd back into this game, and that could really cause some havoc for these Knights.
Oh, 100%. I mean, any basket for the Firebirds right now takes it back away from a double-digit lead for the Knights, which again is just really a 3-possession game. It's a tough 3-possession game against this team, but this crowd is certainly getting into it, especially with that Gentili 3.
Yeah, that 3 was huge, and not giving up a transitional bucket back the other way for the Firebirds was huge to keep it at where it is. Now you hear the student section trying to get loud. I don't know if that was the Knights or the. Yeah, do they have a drum in their student section?
Knights. I think I'm hearing some kind of
something's
drum
banging
or something.
And look at this defense by the Firebirds.
Oh.
They are playing press defense, and there they force the first turnover. Gentili pushes it up court.
Yeah, look who has the ball.
Gentili, an offensive foul.
Oh, and trading offensive fouls now, these teams are. There's 2 on the Knights.
But that's 4th on Gentili. That's his 4th foul.
Oh, yeah, so that's no good for the Firebirds. Let's see.
Take a look here. Ooh, he barely got the feet set, but I agree with the call.
Just bumped him. And it is a good job to take that by the Knights. So now Connor to inbound. Looks like Greer's going to try to get open. We can't find him.
All right, so this is going to be huge for the Firebirds. Who do you find to score to replace until Gentili comes back into this game?
If I'm the Firebirds, I'm finding Thornton, although he just
picked up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, he just picked up a foul, but I'm going to try to find Thornton because he's one of the shiftiest players in the paint for this team. Now Connor looking for somebody.
Greer feeds it over in the corner. 3 by Watkins is up. No good. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Knights.
And I know I said this last quarter, but I still stand by that if I'm the Knights, I am definitely going to try to find Greer as he's the one who gets the ball now.
But McGraw not allowing him to get an easy lane to the paint and forces him to reset.
Ooh.
Deflected ball turns into turnover for the Firebirds.
Great defense by McGraw. Thornton with the ball.
Thornton Newman 3, catch and shoot, finds the bottom of the net.
Great shot by Newman.
An 8-point game. And Alter calls the timeout to save the 5 seconds.
Wow.
Sawyer Newman's first 3 of the game couldn't have come at a bigger time.
Yeah, that's huge for this team. Well, let's take a look back at it. Thornton with the ball, and he just turns around and says, hey, take that shot. And Newman says, okay, here's a bucket.
That one is huge for the Firebirds. Gets it under 10.
That's clutch with a capital C.
And now you get to set up, and you get to put all the pressure on the inbound. Let's see if you're the Knights, what do you do? Because they have had trouble getting it in close to that timing violation.
Yeah, I almost mentioned something about that on one of the previous inbounds for them because even Brady Connor was kind of having a hard time finding somebody. And McGraw especially has been playing a great defense.
Yes, this second half, McGraw has come out and played phenomenal defense. Only 6 points in the game, but his defense is making up for it.
Right.
As the official tells Connor that he has the... I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied. And there, look, Alter does it again. I love that play, and I don't know why teams don't do it more often. The double inbound pass, if you can't do it, you get another angle at an opportunity for an inbound.
Yeah, that's a very creative way at
and I mean, Eric Coulter learned from one of the best in Joe Petroselli,
right,
the former Knights longtime. And Stringer almost got that steal.
And defensively, the Firebirds are locked in.
No, a defensive breakdown by the Firebirds. No, a blocking foul called.
And is that on Newman?
It's Newman or Stringer. I didn't see who got there. Or no, did they wave the basket? Or did he not make it?
I think he made it. Let's see.
Okay, it was one, and it looks like Newman didn't get there, so.
Yeah. Can't
Rebound
make it.
is missed. Bailey checks back into the game, and Gentili's back in there too. 6.5 minutes left. Fairmont down 10.
Tell you what, that was a great rebound by Bailey off that missed free throw. He put his hand up and stretched out like LeBron in Space Jam.
Stringer left wide open. Stringer can't hit the three. Bailey fighting for the rebound, and a foul called underneath. You mentioned LeBron Space Jam, but you cannot tell me that that Space Jam was better than Michael Jordan's.
And I will not.
Okay,
because it is not.
I was about to say, you will be banished if you were to say that.
No, there's no Space Jam that will ever be better than Michael Jordan's Space Jam. And I don't think there should be another Space Jam.
See what the Firebirds do here with 6 minutes left. Gentili driving on Greer. 4 fouls to 3 fouls. Bailey drives, trying to feed it to McGraw. Back out, Stringer, 3 is good!
Bucket by Nolan Stringer. And that must just be a defensive breakdown for the Knights, because that's the second time that Stringer's been left open, as you're speechless at the
That's three times now in this second half.
And it's working too.
It is. And that's foul on Stringer.
We're gonna take a look at the 3 by Stringer.
McGraw left wide open. Stringer will take that for his, I think that's his. No, he has 8 points in the game, so not his first bucket.
As Newman's gonna come out of the game for Thornton. And I think that's the right choice for Coach Moles. Newman's a bucket, but I think Thornton has been stronger thus far.
Thornton was sick earlier this week, so maybe he just needs an extra time on the bench.
Right.
Suck down another Gatorade. As there you see, look at that defense by Thornton. Now trying to reset here. The Knights are. A 7-point lead for the Knights at 5:15 left in the game. Connor drives, kicks it back out now. Thornton hands up, trap in the corner, couldn't get it.
Oh, left wide open.
I was about to say that is not a Charlie Ewell 3-point taker. Bakos drives is short. Fairmont can cut this to 5 points.
Stringer again showing
Thornton
up with the offensive rebounds.
4:40 left in the game. Bailey's gonna drive, stops. Gentili catch and shoot 3 is no good. Offensive rebound, Bailey, and the putback's no good.
And now Greer left one-on-one with Thornton. Is he gonna take this shot? No, he kicks it back out.
That's a wise point now. Alter finishes at the other end. Greer, don't force anything, or maybe get yourself that third foul.
So although he's not taking a whole lot of shots, he's still one of the best offensive playmakers.
Stringer lost the handle on it. And if you're Fairmont, you don't have to keep chucking up threes. You're down 9 with just under 4 minutes left, so you got time. Gentili gets the defender in the air. Circus shot out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Firebirds, though. And now Howard checks back in, and I think that's for rebounding purposes. I don't see who he replaces Stringer, so it's a better offensive opportunity for the Firebirds, even though Stringer hit that last 3 that was huge. Gentili's got to get it in. Ball deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Firebirds.
Off Connor's hands. Well, that could have been huge if Connor was able to corral that somehow and hold on to it. Throw another one of those quarterback passes down court.
Out of bounds, it's going to stay with the Firebirds. Gentili got to get it in, gets it in. There's a turnover.
A turnover right away. So Connor's going to slow things down here a little bit. Now he drives. And
I don't agree with that. They both kind of went for it the same spot at the ball and met at the middle. That's Howard, his third.
the first is sunk. As Newman comes back in for Fairmont.
Newman and Stringer check in for Thornton and Howard. Back to a 10-point lead for the Knights. Misses it, but an offensive rebound.
And that's huge for the
by
Knights.
Guess. And Alter is going to take a timeout.
So if you're Alter now, I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what the best offensive way of handling things is going to be, because it seems like they haven't really been able to fail thus far offensively. I mean, they've had a couple turnovers, and obviously Greer's in foul trouble. However, I'm not sure if you just hold on to this or maybe try to get one more shot before you try to hold on to it a little bit.
Looking at the timeout situations, it's 2 timeouts left for the Knights, 4 for the Firebirds. But any foul against the Firebirds, Alter shooting free throws the rest of the game. You know, we haven't even talked about it. Let's check in and see the Notre Dame-Indiana score.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
College football. All right, so who's your pick to win it all?
Honestly, I think Texas is going to get it. I think Texas is the strongest passing in the entire.
That foul is on Newman. See, I think Texas has looked horrendous the last couple weeks.
They haven't looked good, but I think Evers can kind of lock back in.
First free throw's no good. And Notre Dame is up 7-0. Oh no, sorry, now 14-0.
Wow. He misses a pair.
Alter gets the other rebound.
That's huge.
Left wide open, Guess gonna drive. His shot's up and good. So we have Jordan Love with not Jordan Love, that's the quarterback for the Packers. Jeremiah Love, a 98-yard touchdown run to start the scoring off for the Irish.
You'll take that if you're Notre Dame. And as Dunwoody.
See, I feel like it's Oregon's to lose. Yes, they have a tougher bracket, side of the bracket. They got to play the winner of Tennessee and Ohio State. But then they also got to play the winner of Texas and Clemson in that other game in the semifinals.
I agree. I think Oregon has probably they're the 1 seed, and they still probably have one of the toughest paths to the college football championship, as Greer has it.
Ooh. Bailey did everything right there to play at the feet. He just got around him, got him up. There's a shot of the Alter student section.
That was
Thornton
nice.
catch and shoot threes, no good. Fight for the ball. With how the fans have gone, there might be a physical fist fight for the ball.
Yeah.
Here we're going to take a look at Guess. Just
Wow.
Ooh, hit him with a crossover.
That's
why the Euro step is dangerous.
Yeah. Maybe Bailey, I mean, like you said, did everything right. Just a great offensive move right there.
You see Fairmont bringing in kind of more of their three-point shooters as now 2:45 left.
So 16-point lead now for the Knights.
Not insurmountable with 2:45, but
No.
Fairmont's got to get a lot of threes and a lot of stops and turnovers.
Yeah, they definitely have to get some turnovers if they want to win this thing.
Ralston feeds it over Newman. He's going to catch and shoot a quick three. And it is off the top of the backboard. That should have been blown dead. Smart move. Alter dribbles out.
There's another one of those
And
passes by Connor.
Alter's not going to take a shot unless they have to. They're just going to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Fairmont playing interesting defense. I'm not sure.
You're just trying to get everybody swarming.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're necessarily waiting for.
And Alter is perfectly fine with this. They're taking 40 seconds off.
Wow.
And Greer flexes after that contact. Bailey will pick up his fourth foul.
So Greer getting some points again. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are those his first points of the second half?
If it's not, he's only had maybe one other bucket.
Right. Yeah, he's certainly been quiet. So he sinks that one. I think that one was no question.
Newman 3 is off. You see Alter's just going to dribble this out as best they can.
Yeah.
Take off as much time as they can. And the Knights are going to win this battle for the fourth time in a row. And that record will go to next year as the winner of the football game does not win the basketball game between these two.
And question answered. Brady Connor can indeed dunk.
I don't know if he dunked.
Well,
I want to take a look at that. I don't think he went up with the ball all the way. I think he got up and hit the net. Maybe if we got a replay, we can take a look at that.
Certainly try to take a look at that one.
Newman turnaround three is good.
Sinks that one.
And Alter's going to let that one tick out. And that is going to be how the Battle of Kettering will end on the court. Alter 58-40 winners over the Fairmont Firebirds. And what a way to end our 2024 season here. We got about half our games left. We will be back with everybody after the holiday break, right back here at James S. Trout Arena as the Wayne Warriors will take on the Fairmont Lady Firebirds on January 15th. Signing off for Jared Bergstrom, Oliver Nitz, the rest of the Miami Valley Communications crew, happy holidays, and we will see you all next year.